Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines, where I don't particularly have too much of a plan for today. I mean, I would like to address perhaps this crime issue out over here. We've been seeing some crime pop-ups over here. What do we got going on for that? Currently, we could definitely use something like a police station over here. Really, I think that's a pretty good spot for it. We'll go ahead and do that. That'll be fine. So police station there will help cover all of this. There's also a bit of a garbage issue over here, but that's already dealt with. We've got so many ferries that I don't even know what to do with them. They look like little ants running around. I love it. We are a bit in need of additional residential, and that is something that we can think about developing over here. Of course, eventually we're going to want to change up this situation here. And the question is, when are we going to want to do that? The answer is, I think, soon, but not quite yet. Overall, we do have plenty of cash. I'm not concerned about our cash at this moment. So that's great. I'm a little concerned about our mortality over here. Interesting. We have a crematorium right here, which comes out here. It should be quite close. If we go into our healthcare and into our crematoriums, we can see we do have a number of hearses around over this way, as it is. I think that will get dealt with. I don't think we need to do too much about that. Okay. So that's all well and good. We've got some garbage collection up here. We have a lack of customers up over here. That's what that is. A lack of customers, not workers. That's okay. We are planning on expanding our residential. And I think we should go ahead and do that right about now. Apparently I'm looking over here now. Fantastic. So for now, I think I'm just going to fill this in over here. We may want to consider putting a park here to cover this space. Let's actually think about that for a moment. So parks are under here. We could go for something along the lines of a large-ish playground. That's not really the size I would like it to be. And I escaped out of that rather than, let's see, a park with trees. That's bigger than we're looking for. And that's smaller. We're looking for something that it's just right in the Goldilocks zone here. Actually, this is pretty close. That'll take up a lot of that space. I think that'll do. So for now, we're then just going to zone this entire area up over here, which I believe some of that already is zoned, but there we go. We'll call that good, and there'll just be a little bit of extra space around the park, and overall, I think that's fine. How's the Casserole district doing over here? Reasonably okay. Cool. We're going to continue to zone this area over here. We do need additional industrial for the moment. There we go. Okay. And at this point, I'm feeling like disasters are a little bit too infrequent. We did turn this down and then turned it down again. I'm going to turn it back up to about where it was previously, to about there. That's about 1/3 frequency. We'll see how that feels. I do want to have a few more disasters spiking things. A few more disasters spicing things up here. That would be nice. But for now, this will be okay. What is with these little freezes here? Like turbo, not really turbo, micro freezes. That's a little weird. I haven't experienced that before. I'll keep an eye on that one. I've seen a couple of them in this episode, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that. But for now, the question is, how are we doing on education? We're getting close on our elementary schools. We could definitely use a new high school and a new university. Okay. So, as far as the new university goes, I would like to put one in somewhere. Here would be ideal. There's no way we're ever going to fit it there. Down over this way would be neat, too. I wouldn't mind one out over this way, but it would need a ferry that'd be for sure. It would definitely need a ferry. We could put it out over here somewhere. That is an option. Okay. I'm just thinking here about that positioning. We could expand into one of these islands as well. I'm leaning towards just putting it over here, though. Like here. I feel like that's okay. That'll educate basically this entire area over here. And that should be fine. We do need another high school as well. And up here would be the place where we'd want that. Where can we put that that would disturb the least number of buildings? Actually, here. Done. This power line, I believe we could get rid of in its entirety. And let's take a quick look at that. Oh yeah, we're good on power here. That power line is definitely no longer necessary. So we will get all of that zoned if it wasn't. And that'll be good. So we've definitely got our consumer goods issue dealt with. Now we need more customers, and we're working on that. There's a weird smell coming from the apartment next door. What does a dead person smell like? Well, not good. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, so we definitely need some garbage over this way. We do have a waste transfer facility here with only 11 garbage trucks in use. Interesting. I wonder if those stutters are coming through on the recording. I'll have to check that. I just heard a couple more in the audio there. If so, I don't know if a computer restart would fix it. I'd have to try to troubleshoot it. We'll see. For now, we'll continue with this. It might just be a game restart that would do it, but probably not, if I had to bet. We can get rid of a couple of these abandoned areas. We're going to need a new commercial zone, though. We've maxed out this one. This one's fairly maxed. This one is maxed. Now, we could start to think about developing this island, and I would like this island here to be kind of a resorty, touristy type area. So that's definitely something we could do. And commercial down there would work okay, too. Of course, it's a little bit polluted, but that will go away given sufficient time, in theory. I hope. I hope. Yeah, I'm thinking about developing this island here. So these three would be municipal islands. And we'd like to get underground here to have tunnels to access all of these. Out of curiosity, could we repurpose this section of road to do exactly that? I believe we could. So we could take this guy around over here, take it underground, like so. And then curve it up over here. Kind of like that. And it's not going to come up above ground until we get up over here. That slope too steep. We can bring it up over here. That would be fine. And then this island, that's all slope too steep. Yeah, we could bring it up like this. And then this one here can come in kind of like this. I mean, I hate this corner. There's no doubt about that. Let's just get this out of here. And see about bringing this in a little bit more organically. That could work. And then get rid of these sections here. And that section there. Cool. So these islands would be municipal, and then we would need to bring these up. That slope too steep there. I want it to connect in here. Okay. We could have it pop out over this way, like that. That should do just fine. Now for this one over here. What do we got here? Cool. So something along the lines of that would work. Nice and small footprint. I like it. And then we will hop over this way, try to do the same sort of thing with another fairly small tunnel footprint over here. Okay, so we can pop onto these islands now. And from here, we can start to work on filling these islands with various services. Municipal services, that is. And for now, we're just going to build a road around the island. Like so. And bring that around like that. It's a little wacky looking, but honestly, I kind of like it. I think that's pretty neat. Bring this around like that-ish. I don't love this corner here, but it might do. And And then something kind of like that. That works. That works reasonably well. And then bring this around. Yeah, something kind of like this. Of course, we're going to have to develop the interiors of these. This is going to be a lot of municipal buildings, and they're not going to be particularly space efficient, but that's okay. Cool. So something kind of along the lines of that. And then, of course, we would need a similar tunnel that came out, that branched out over this way, kind of like this, and then came up here. And then from here, I would like it to reach the surface, but that reaches the surface almost immediately with that tunnel. I don't want it to be there. So let's bring this underneath here and bring it over to the coastline over here, and then bring it up. Kind of like that. So now we have a way to get to our resort island. I'm not going to start work on developing our resort island just yet, I don't think. We do have some desire for industrial, so I would like to zone a little bit of industrial out over this way. We're just going to use the paintbrush tool for right now and fill in all of this. Cool. There we go. Now for commercial, we're going to have to divide this island into like segments, right? So we're going to need a segment that connects to the rest of our city via ferry. That segment will not be intended necessarily for tourists to use, but rather for workers to use. And then we're going to have like a commercial area and a residential area, which is going to be like modeling hotels. It's not going to actually be, it'll be dense residential, but it's going to be modeling hotels. That's the idea there. And then we're going to need like a recreation section. So essentially we've got the gift shop, right? And we're going to want them to come in through the gift shop. And then they can go to their hotels. So like the harbor would be, I don't know, over here. The gift shop area would be here. And then like hotels would be here. And then this would be like recreation of some sort. I don't yet exactly know what that would look like, but it would probably be tourism bits here. Yeah, there would be like fishing piers and fishing tours, jet ski rental, marinas, restaurant piers. What else do we have here? Beach volleyball courts, riding stables, and skate parks. Okay, that's interesting. We could also put in amusement park type stuff up here. That's another option. So we could have like this beachfront area have some of those recreational structures. Like, where were those? These would be like beachfront stuff. That would happen on this beach. And then over here, we could put in like a theme park district. And then we'd have a hotel area and then a commercial area. And the harbor would be like over here. That would be something that would be super doable. So we would want to have a regular, not train. What am I doing? We'd want to have a regular harbor for tourists to arrive and leave via the harbor. So that would just be right down over here. So they come in there. We can obviously have this road connect directly in like that. Okay. And then I want this to branch off up over this way and fill in up over here. I don't really like how little space we have here. Let's back off on that a little bit. And something like that. Yes. And then we want to follow this beach line like this. This beach is going to be where a lot of those non-theme parky recreational things are going to be. So this is going to be like the beachfront road. Okay. We don't have anything that would be like tourist hotels, do we? I'm not sure if we do or not. But this would be the beachfront area. And no, I don't like this curve. Get rid of that, and this can just curve in like so. And then we go back to our normal ocean front. And then this can curve around like that and come around over something like this. I mean, it's a bit not quite what I was expecting, but it'll do. A bit more windy than I was looking for, but ultimately I think that's fine. Give people some nice scenic recreational driving through here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I just want to get this entire road section done here. And that'll just come in over here. Is there a beach on this side? There is not. Okay, that's good to know. We'll just bring this in kind of like this. And we're going to do something kind of like that. Oh, I hate this corner. This is the worst corner I've ever made in my life. I like it. We're going to move up over this way. Yeah, much better. Straight through the forest fire. And then just link in up over there. Okay, so that's just like the scenic route around the island, right? And then from there, the question is, what do we do next? Well, we can put in this structure here, and we need to divide this thing into at least temporary sections. So the gift shop would be over here. This road is mostly just being used as a divisor right now. That's likely going to be removed. The hotel area would be like this, and then this up here would be the theme park. So maybe this needs to be moved over slightly, like around here. Yeah, I feel like that's better. Okay, sounds good. Now we should probably have a ferry pier here somewhere. At least one. But I think 2 would be the way to go. We could have a ferry pier down over here. Again, this is not really intended for tourists, but for our workers to use. So we could have a ferry pier like right here. And then another one like up over here, perhaps. Right on the beach here. So we take out this section and have the ferry pier there. That would be viable, I think. We might need to get rid of this section of road as well. And then we would move in our ferry stop to be about right here. And then another ferry stop about right here. And then rebuild these road sections. And then this one down over here. Like that. Cool. It's like they were always intended to be there. Definitely. We're going to need to link those into our ferry system, and we will go ahead and do so. We will need to get some ferry pathway over here. So first things first, we are going to... How do we want to link these in? We could branch it off over this way and have it route around this island. But I don't think that's our best bet. I'm going to take out this section of ferry line. We're going to have this come over here with the freeform tool. There we go. And have that come in something like that. And then this can take kind of a bit of a touristy path through there. And then come around over this direction. And link in right here. And then this can head back up and link in over here. It's going to be a lot of ferries passing through here. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure. But then that would link right up over here. Okay. Then we're going to need ferry stops, of course. And can we update that? Well, we're just going to drag a line to add a new stop over to here. And we need to drag the other line as well. But for... Well, actually, we can just drag that over like so. There we go. So this now has a stop going both directions. And then this one has no stops at all. So we will add a new stop. And then for the other line, add a new stop. There we go. So now that's connected into our ferry system. And that will likely increase our number of ferries. I actually want to, well, I don't want to reduce the amount of ferries. Like, visually, I'd like to reduce the amount of ferries, but in terms of actual passenger count, a lot of these are new ferries that are coming out, I think. These are not fully maxed out, not all of them. Some of them are, for sure. That's cargo ships on the way in. Right, we don't have power and water over here. That is something that we should probably do. We're going to run temporary water over here and over here. And temporary power as well. I mean, we do have some power generation over here, but we're not going to run that. We're just going to run temporary power down this way. There we go. And then temporary power over here as well, if we can find a pathway. There we go. And temporary power over this way. A lot of this will be eliminated later on. A lot of these power lines will be, not all, but a lot of them will be. Is that connected? No, I don't think it is. Okay. It does not want to go anywhere over here. That's fine. Let's see if we can get it over here. It does not want to cross that. There we go. That'll do. Okay. Fantastic. So we're not really going to start super developing this island just yet. I just want to get a little bit of infrastructure down over here. So that should be fine. And we're not really expecting very many tourists to come here. There's not a lot of reason for them to do that right now. But we are going to create ourselves a district here. And let's see here. This is the district painting tools. Yeah. So this is a park area. Is that what we need to make a theme park here? Or is there a special area for that? Leisure specialization. We definitely want the, tourism specialization for designating the commercial zones to serve the tourists by providing hotel accommodations. Okay. So we don't need any residential over here. We could have this whole section be devoted to the theme park. And then this would be the tourism commercial area. I like it. So we would paint that up over this direction. We are, of course, going to need to be in the district painting tool. There we go. And we'll put that in. Something kind of like this for now. That'll be just fine for the moment. Okay, so that's currently Forest Hills. Let me scroll over this way while I check the list here. This would be the Spartan News Hills. So we'll just go ahead and rename that. Perfect. Okay, so with that there, we need to make it be a tourism specialization. There we go. Cool. And then, of course, we're going to need to get this filled out with roads. Do we want to just crosshatch it this way? I kind of don't, but up here, it makes a lot of sense. So we can have this be like that, and then this section can be crosshatched by roads. Something kind of like this. Again, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly efficient. Just something kind of like this. Cool. And we'll be able to develop that area just fine. Let's get that watered. So just take that up kind of like this. There we go. And we can start working on commercial here. And are we going to zone this whole area? No. Just this little bit for right now. There we go. And so we will begin breaking ground on our resort island. We should probably have some dedicated fire and police for this island. So I'm going to put in maybe even a fire station for this island. We can put that up over this way. And then we can put a police headquarters over here-ish. I'm just wondering, where would we... Actually, right here is a good spot. So we'll put that there. Cool. We don't have any power or water over here. Fair enough. We'll just run a power line over like this temporarily. That will get fixed later. Just automatically, but that's fine. Okay, so we can get started on that. There's no power up over here. And yeah, that wouldn't have power at this exact moment. Okay, so we'll just drop this off something like that. Actually, this section is not needed. This does provide power. Okay, sounds good. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to work on our resort island. You can use your offerings, or rather leave your offerings, to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all the channel members for, yes, Twitter, I thank you. For all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.